Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilwoman Melly Garthwaite is here, but she's in the other room at the moment. Councilman Brian Locke, same is here, but he's in the other room at the moment. Councilwoman Ann Heffernan.
Councilwoman Ann Heffernan, 1st District here.
Councilwoman Ruby Melton.
Councilwoman Ruby Melton, 2nd District present.
Councilwoman Sarah Akbarelli is absent. Councilman Gary Donovan.
Councilman Gary Donovan, 4th District, present.
Councilman Edward McMillan is also here, but out of the room for the moment. Councilwoman Dawn Callahan.
Councilwoman Dawn Callahan, 6th District, present.
Councilwoman Catherine Tucker.
Councilwoman Catherine Tucker, 7th District, present.
Councilman Christopher Vargo.
Councilman Christopher Vargo, 8th District, present.
Councilwoman Katie Muller.
Councilwoman Katie Muller, 9th District present.
Councilman Stephen Johnstone did message me, and he is running late, so he is on his way. And Chairman Nicholas Pascal.
Chairman Nicholas Pascal, present.
We have a quorum.
We
Mr.
have a
Chairman.
quorum. For the record, Brian Locke is seated. All right, first up at the 6:50 mark, we have the Legislative Committee. Chairman Vargo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The time is 7 o'clock. Your Committee on Legislative Matters is now in session. Committee members present are Councilman Locke, Councilwoman Tucker, Councilwoman Melton, myself acting as chair. We are going to enter a public hearing on Communication B from the April 28, 2025 agenda for Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an ordinance amending Chapter 174 of the Code of the City of West Haven, peddling and soliciting. Would anyone from the public like to address the City Council on this matter only? For a second time, would anyone from the public like to address the City Council on this matter? For a third and final time, would anyone from the public like to address the City Council on this matter? Seeing none, Mr. Chairman, the time is 7:01 and public hearing is now closed.
Thank you very much. Next up at the 6:55 mark, we have the Public Lands Committee. Chairman Donovan.
Thank you, Chairman. Time is 7:01, and we have a public hearing on Communication E from the April 14th, 2025 agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an offer of $15,000 for the estate of Richard Shippey to purchase city-owned vacant lot located at 37 Myrtle Street, West Haven, Connecticut. Anyone from the public like to speak on this matter? Yes, sir. Your name and address, please. I need to turn the mic on. Matt, can you? Thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Robert Witkowski, 93 Dalton Street, West Haven, Connecticut. On this matter of the property on Myrtle Street for $15,000. I knew about it, and I didn't think it was going to be a closed session, but I think that property should be up for bid. There's some other people that would like to bid on it. I myself would be like to throw an offer of $60,000, and I believe that this property should be up for bid and not a closed session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public like to speak on this matter? For a second time, anyone like to speak on this matter? For third and final time? Seeing none, time is now 7:02. Public hearing is now closed, Chairman.
Thank you very much. We will now enter into public session at 7:02. Would anyone like to speak before the City Council? Mr. Witkowski?
Once again, name is Robert Witkowski, 93 Dalton Street, West Haven, Connecticut. I don't come to many of the meetings, but I do watch them on the YouTube whenever I can because I'm on the road a lot. But one thing I like to complain about and make apparent is the public hearing. It was not completely publicized at one where everybody knew about it. It was pretty much kept tight secret. And then when you wanted to get the budget down in the city clerk's office, it was the West Haven News that we were getting. There wasn't much of the budget in there. I finally did get a full copy of the budget. Then the hearing, we had 2 hours of people that actually are involved with the city, employees, department heads, praising this budget and wasting everybody's time to where the public really didn't get much time to speak. And I feel that was unfair. And then when they did get up to speak, that part got wiped out the first time on YouTube and was on it some other time, the second half where the people. So basically, you showed the public hearing, and only where your city employees and people who are involved with these departments and budgets were getting the money. And they were praising the budget. You didn't get to hear a real citizen that is hurting. You know, I spoke once, but everybody else didn't. And that wasn't even on there. So, I mean, and I would need to complain about the mayor. The mayor's raise is insane. She had a increase. Well, they voted to increase the mayor's pay to get her to run from $88,000 to $113,000, and she served 1 year, and now she wants a 6% raise. 6% raise after 1 year. Nobody gets that much. Nobody. This is unheard of. This is taxpayers' money. No wonder why the budget's so high. And the people, the taxpayer, the mill rate was not cut enough. I mean, my taxes are going to go up $1,100. And other people say, I know throughout the town, it's anywhere from $800 to $2,200 increase on their taxes, on their property tax. That's insane. But we were told, oh, it's only going to be about $200. I knew better. If anybody knows the math, they'll know it. And I'm pretty sure you all knew it. But you do whatever the mayor tells you to do. You pass whatever she tells you to pass. You're not working for the people, which is what you were voted to do. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You should be just getting up and going home because you're here for nothing.
Mr. Chairman, point of order, please.
That is the point of order. I get to say what I want to say, whether you like it or not. You haven't done anything in our district. Nothing. Our councilman at large has to go into our budget.
Mr. Witkowski, he is right. The time is over 5 minutes.
I haven't hit 5 minutes.
You have.
This won't be the end of it. We'll see you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak before the city council? For the second time, would anyone like to speak before the city council? For the third and final time, would anyone like to speak before the city council? Public session is now closed. Time is 7:07. We will now convene the 5/12/25 regularly scheduled council meeting at also 7:07. I am looking for a motion to approve the journals of 4/28/25 and 5/1/25.
Motion.
Two separate? Okay. Please. All right, how about just the journal of 4/28/25? Do I motion and a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? So would I was not here for that. So 2 abstentions. Motion carries, I believe. Also, I'm looking for a motion to approve the journal of 5/1/25. Do I have said motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Motion.
Second.
Second over there. All right. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And when the council clerk is ready, can she please hand out the communications for this evening?
We have communication A from the tax collector regarding overpayment refunds for May 2025, which will be filed with tonight's minutes. Communication B from Deputy Chief Carl Fleming regarding animal shelter donations being signed to the Finance Committee, Chairman Vargo. Communication C from Michael Gormany, Finance Director, requesting the designation of PKF O'Connor Davies, LLP, to conduct the annual audit for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairman Vargo. And that concludes our communications for this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you kindly. And it is now time to recess for committee meetings at 7:09. First up, we have the Finance Committee, Acting Chairman, Chairman Vargo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The time is 7:09. Committee on Finance is now in session. Council members present are Councilman Locks, Councilwoman Tucker, and myself acting as chair. First item on this evening's agenda are finance updates from Michael Gormany, Finance Director. Mr. Gormany, you were here 2 weeks ago. Do you have anything that you need to present to us? Do we have any questions from the committee? Okay. And my understanding is that there's a MARB meeting this week, so we have no updates. Is that correct, Mr. Chairman?
This Thursday, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Communication B from Deputy Chief Carl Fleming regarding animal shelter donations. I'm looking for a motion to approve.
Motion.
Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? Oh, hold on. Only in committee. Councilman Locks? Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Communication C from Michael Gormany, Finance Director, requesting the designation of PKF O'Connor Davies, LLP, to conduct the annual audit for fiscal year ending June 30, 2025. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Gormany, do you have anything that you want to add to this?
All right, thank you, Chairman Vargo. Just that this is PKF O'Connor's. They conduct our annual audit. You know, they're the city's external independent auditors. Excuse me. They have conducted our audit for the last few years. We're asking to have them conduct the fiscal year 2025 audit, which is the one that ends this June 30th of 2025. We did put out an RFP for audit services, as well, just to see if there were any bids that would come back as well. And we didn't receive any responses. This is really a scarce field. You know, I talked to another municipality who's bigger than West Haven. They only got 2 responses, and one was their incumbent. So, you know, there's a far and few select with auditors. We did feel that it was best to go back out to work with PKF after we didn't receive any responses, and see if they would be willing to do the city of West Haven again for another year. If you also remember, they did have a 5-year proposal that they did because of when the previous auditor walked off the job in West Haven a few years ago. PKF did step up and do it. So we did both processes simultaneously just to see, you know, make sure we had fair competition and looking at different proposals. But again, unfortunately, when we put out the RFP, we didn't receive any responses. So we did work with PKF to submit another proposal for fiscal year 25.
Thank you, Mr. Gormany. Could you just speak very briefly? Did anything change in this proposal from what they charged us? Or
There
what they
was
did
a
last
slight
year?
increase because year over year we review their increases, their proposals. They were able to hold the price level the last few years, but we did see an increase this year, especially with more testing that goes as federal regulations change. There's more testing on the city that has to be done, which may require more hours and a few more different services that are required as accounting rules change year over year. So there was a slight increase in this proposal.
Thank you. And just to confirm, you're comfortable with this? We filed our procurement ordinance
Yes,
for this?
absolutely.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Gormany from the committee, from the council? Okay, seeing none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And that concludes the business of the Finance Committee. The time is 7:13, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. While you're at it, can you chair legislative matters?
I suppose I can. Time is 7:13. Your Committee on Legislative Matters is now in session. Council members present are Councilman Locks, Councilwoman Tucker, Councilwoman Melton, and myself acting as chair. First item for this evening is Communication B from the April 28, 2025 agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an ordinance amending Chapter 174 of the Code of the City of West Haven, peddling and soliciting. I am looking for a motion to approve.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And the next item, Communication C from April 28, 2025 agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an ordinance amending Chapter 178 of the Code of the City of West Haven, posting of bills. I did look at the recording for last meeting and sent Corporation Counsel a list of all of the items that we had discussed, and I'm going to be holding this in committee for another 2 weeks, so that way Corporation Counsel and the mayor can discuss it and present us with a possible amendment. And with that, Mr. Chairman, the time is 7:15, and Legislative Matters Committee is concluded.
Thank you, Chairman. Which brings us to Public Lands Committee, Chairman Donovan.
Thank you, Chairman. The time is now 7:15. Your Committee on Public Lands is now in session. Member presents are Councilman Locks, Councilwoman Callahan, Councilman Vargo, myself acting as chair. We have before us Communication E from April 14th, 2025 agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an offer of $15,000 from the estate of Richard Shippey to purchase city-owned vacant lot located at 37 Myrtle Avenue, West Haven, Connecticut. I'd like to bring this out, have a motion to bring it out favorably. I get a second?
Mr. Chairman, point of order. I'd like to call a caucus.
Caucus? Okay.
Okay. We will go into a caucus at 7:16. All right, we're back from our caucus at 7:26. We're currently with Public Lands, Chairman Donovan.
Thank you, Chairman. If you don't mind, I'm going to restart the whole thing as though we.
Please, that's fair.
All right, the time is, I'll let you know in a second. Time is 7:27. The Committee on Public Lands is now in session. Members present, Councilman Locks, Councilwoman Callahan, Councilman Vargo, myself acting as chair. We have before us tonight Communication E from April 14, 2025, agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an offer of $15,000 from the estate of Richard Shippey to purchase city-owned vacant lot located at 37 Myrtle Avenue, West Haven, Connecticut. I'd like to have a motion, bring this out favorably.
Motion.
Second.
A second. Any discussion on this? With that, I'd like to bring up Mr. Agello. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Couple questions. This piece of property that we we own now, it is a piece of property that the people that want to buy it are landlocked behind this piece of property, correct?
Correct.
Is this property buildable?
This lot is not buildable. It's a R3 zone. This is an approximately 8,000 square foot lot, and a minimum lot size for R3 is 16,000 square feet. So in its current state, it's not a buildable lot.
So normally when we have something that's not buildable, we don't really put it out for bid unless there's somebody that lives next door or something like that that is interested, because it really will do nobody.
Yeah, I mean, this property's been on the books for about 20 years. We took it way back, I think by foreclosure about 20 years ago. It's been a matter of public record that the city of West Haven's owned this lot.
Right.
So we were just recently approached by the two lots in the back. It's now an estate, as you know. I think that one of the primary owners had passed away. The other is terminally ill. So they were just looking to unload, I think, the whole thing.
All right. Anybody on the committee have any questions for Mr. Agello? Nope. Thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate that. You know what? Anybody on the committee, on the council, while you're up there? Still? Nobody? Okay, good. Thank you, Mike. All right, well, with that, on the committee, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We got one abstention. With that, the communication is passed. Come on. Next, we have communication F from April 14, 2025, agenda from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding a proposal to sell North End Field, a 3.2 acre city-owned former playground comprising of a 0.58 acre property located at 1101 Campbell Avenue and the 2.6 acre former Baggett Street playground to the University of New Haven for $500,000.
Chairman,
not bringing this out.
Point of information, with Councilman Johnstone not being here, Councilwoman Belly Garthwaite will be on your committee.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, no, I just dawned on me, sorry.
Sorry, Councilwoman. With that, I want to have a public hearing set for that. We're not going to, I'm not bringing this out for, still got to go through P&Z, but the P&Z meeting is tomorrow, and our next meeting would bring us past that 30 days anyway, so I'd like to set up a public hearing for the next meeting if possible.
Our next meeting would be the 27th, which is a Tuesday because it follows the holiday.
Okay.
So that would be 6:55 on the 27th, is that?
That sounds good.
We're in agreement? All set.
Thank you. Okay. With that, your public hearing session is 7:31. Your public lands committee is now closed.
Thank you very much. We will reconvene to the whole council at 7:31. Moving on to unfinished business, seeing there is none, we will go to committee reports. Will the clerk read Communication A, overpayment of refunds, into the record?
Communication A from the tax collector regarding overpayment refunds for May 2025 will be filed with tonight's minutes.
Thank you. All right, first up for the report back is the Finance Committee, Acting Chairman Vargo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the animal shelter donations, reports that the committee met on the 12th day of May 2025 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the West Haven Police Department has received the following donations totaling $8,267.91 to the animal shelter. Per Connecticut Statutes 7-148C3A and B and General Order 98-04, we are forwarding these donations for approval. The City Council approved the following motion at a regular meeting held on May 12th, 2025. Resolved that the City Council for the City of West Haven hereby approves the animal shelter donations to be deposited into the animal shelter donations account 101-00000-28285. Kimberly Lucas, $25. Alina Ball, $500. The Hometown Foundation, Inc., $3,000. Garofalo Market, LLC, $4,742.91. And I so move.
Thank you very much. I have a motion to approve a matter regarding animal shelter donations. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of Communication C from Michael Gormany, Finance Director, requesting the designation of PKF O'Connor Davies LLP to conduct the annual audit for fiscal year ending June 30, 2025. Reports that the committee met on the 12th day of May, 2025, to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Be it resolved that the City Council of the City of West Haven hereby approves and authorizes PKF O'Connor Davies LLP to conduct the annual audit for fiscal year ending June 30, 2025, and be it further resolved that Dorinda Boer, as mayor of the City of West Haven, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents related to this resolution on behalf of the City of West Haven, and to do and perform all acts and things which she deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents, including but not limited to executing and delivering all agreements and documents contemplated by such documents, and I so move.
Thank you, Chairman. I have a motion to approve a matter regarding the designation of PKF O'Connor Davies LLP to conduct the next annual audit. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
And that concludes the business of the Finance Committee, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Moving on to Legislative Matters Committee, Chairman Vargo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, at this time, I'm going to read a summary of an ordinance amending the Code of the City of West Haven, Chapter 174, Peddling and Soliciting. Chapter 174 provides that salespeople registered with the West Haven Police Department before soliciting door-to-door. The proposed amendment changes the registration requirement to an application process for a license to solicit door-to-door that will include background checks and fingerprinting. The proposed amendment also requires licensed solicitors to carry a photo identification badge, limits the hours of lawful solicitation, limits the number of licensed solicitors to 5 on behalf of any single business or entity, limits the number of solicitations at any property to 1 per 6-month period, and increases the fine for violating the provisions of this chapter from $25 to $250. Mr. Chairman, the Legislative Matters Committee met this evening and unanimously voted to approve this ordinance, and I so move.
Thank you very much. I have a motion to approve a matter regarding the amendment of Chapter 174 of the Code of the City of West Haven, Peddling and Soliciting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Communication C from April 28, 2025 regarding an amendment to Chapter 178 of the Code of the City of West Haven, posting of bills, will be held in committee. And that concludes the matters of legislative matters.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now that brings us to Public Lands Committee. Chairman Donovan.
Thank you, Chairman. Communication E from April 14, 2025, to the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven. Your Committee on Public Lands, to whom was referred the matter of Communication E from Mayor Dorinda Boer regarding an offer of $15,000 from the estate of Richard Shippey to purchase city-owned vacant lot located at 37 Myrtle Avenue, West Haven, Connecticut. Reports that the committee met on the 12th day of May 2025 to consider said matter. It is the majority opinion to the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved that the City Council of the City of West Haven hereby approves the sale of city-owned property known as 37 Myrtle Street to the estate of, I'm sorry? Oh, correct, Myrtle Avenue, to the estate of Richard Shippey for the sum of $15,000. And be it further resolved, the board, as mayor of the City of West Haven, is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents related to this resolution on behalf of the City of West Haven, and to do and perform all acts and things which she deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents, including but not limited to executing and delivering all agreements and documents contemplated by such documents. I so move.
Thank you very much. I have a motion to approve a matter regarding an offer of $15,000 from the estate of Richard Shippey to purchase a city-owned unbuildable vacant lot located at 37 Myrtle Avenue, West Haven, Connecticut. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Councilman Vargo?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say that the city council endeavors to receive the highest and best offer for real property. But with that, we have to take this on a case-by-case basis. And we have now been told at 3 separate meetings by Attorney Agello that this is a non-conforming, unbuildable lot that really only has value to the Shippey family and to the estate. And we could end up, they could end up in a worse position as is the city. So I think that this is the prudent course of action. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstention.
One abstention. Motion. One opposed, one abstention. Motion carries.
Communication F from April 14, 2025. We're holding a public hearing May 27th at 6:55 p.m. 6:55. And your Committee on Public Lands is now done.
Thank you very much. That brings us to council liaison reports. Any liaison reports this evening? Councilwoman Callahan.
Good evening. Just want to say that we had a great ceremony this week for the volunteer firefighters. We had a couple from the mayor proclamations go out, so it was a nice afternoon. I believe that they saved, with our volunteers, quite a bit of money as they study to learn about fire science and also volunteer their time. I believe a lot of them are students at UNH. So we had a nice service for them and awarded them with proclamations from the mayor. So it was nice. I've also learned too that it is a part of the service that not a lot of people do anymore. So West Haven is one of the towns that's up on top on that. A lot of towns are struggling now with volunteer firefighters, so I think we should be proud of that and thank them for their service.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other liaison reports? Councilwoman Heffernan?
I just said there was some good news that the IMLS funding was not cut. So that would make you very happy. The Institute for Museum and Library Services funding was not cut. So
Very nice.
that's very good news for our library.
That's something we talked about during the budget. Any other liaison reports? Councilman Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Current police department staffed at 119, available officers still at 103. And to everybody on the council and the public, this week is Police Appreciation Week nationally. It's all week long. So if you see one of our officers, please thank them. Please encourage them, because we still have that ongoing negotiations with MARB with the pension. Things can get frustrating. For those who've been on a ride along, our officers go above and beyond. If you only knew what went on when you're sleeping, you'd be amazed. But please thank them. There's a lot of guys with our lower staff. They're pulling doubles when they least expect it. And it's not only that we need to appreciate them, but we need to appreciate their families too. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well said. Thank you. Any other liaison reports? Seeing none, moving on to new business. Anyone have any new business this evening? No new business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.